Hello everyone, it's Mel from Stocksbridge Guitar Tech here with another video for you. And today it's not a lesson, I'm going to be doing an overview of this Blackstar ID 260 TVP amp. This is my main amplifier that I use when I'm making these videos. It's a great amp, I love this amp. I've had this for about 3 years now. It's not a valve amplifier, it's all solid state, but it's not a modelling amplifier either. What Blackstar did was very clever with these amps. Instead of modelling amplifier types like Fender, Marshall, etc., they've modelled the actual valves. So the EL84, EL34, KT66, 6L6, etc. They've modelled the valves, and you get 6 voices. You get clean warm, clean bright, crunch, super crunch, overdrive 1 and overdrive 2, and you use those voices in conjunction with the valve emulation, and you can produce a range of tones from sparkling Fender type clean tones all the way up to sort of monster high gain tones. So it's a very, very versatile amplifier. Because it's digital as well, you get built-in effects, you get built-in modulation, delay and reverb effects, and there are 4 types of each of those effects. So you get 4 modulation effects, 4 delay effects, 4 reverb effects, and you can have up to 3 effects, 1 from each category on at a time, and they're really good quality effects as well. It also has this patented function called ISF somewhere. There we go. Now ISF stands for infinite shape feature, and it's kind of like another tone control, but it allows you to get a more American type amp sound or a more British type amp sound, depending on where you set that. Now this is the 212 version. As you can probably see, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, but this says 2 times 150 watts power. So that's 2 150 watt power amps inside this amp. But this is called the TVP 60. It is equivalent to a 60 watt valve amplifier, or a 60 watt stereo valve amplifier, because this is also a stereo amp. It's got 2 speakers, and this will keep up basically if you were playing in a band with another guitar player and he had a 60 watt valve amp or a 60 watt stereo valve amp or 2 60 watt amps, this would keep up with it. A lot of solid state amps, when you get them into a real world situation, they just can't seem to keep up with proper valve amplifiers. They lose their definition and they get lost in the mix. That doesn't happen with this. And I know it doesn't, because I have played in a 4-piece band where the other guitarist had some really top-end expensive valve amplifiers, and he used Marshall, he used Hughes and Kettner, Cornford, and this amp never had a problem keeping up with his amplifiers, and I never had the master volume on this above about 5. This will handle almost anything. But they also do a 60 watt single speaker combo, they do a 30 watt combo, and they do a 15 watt combo for practicing, and then they also do a 60 watt head only and a 100 watt head only. But this thing is ridiculously loud. The reason I use it all the time. On the back you've also got an emulated output, and that's usually how I make these videos. I run the emulated output into my mixing desk, and then from there into my sound card, and that means I can turn this master volume on the end here all the way down, and that cuts out the speakers, so I don't have any sound coming out of the speakers. It's all coming from the emulated output, which is great for me living in an apartment complex with 50 odd other residents. I can play to my heart's content using headphones and not disturb anyone. So my wife can be watching TV in the next room and I'm not disturbing her, because I don't have to have the amplifier speakers on. So that's one of the reasons why I love this. It also has a line in, so you can use the line in as well, and the emulated output and the line in, you can switch them via the software, this free software that you can download for this amp. You can link it up to your computer, and you can switch them from being a line in emulated out to an effects send or return, which is better for live use. If you're using it live, you want an effects loop to put your pedal delays and reverbs through if you're using pedals. It also has a foot switch socket on the back. There is an optional foot switch that you can buy for these amplifiers, which gives you more control. Again, that's great for live use. And it also has a MIDI input. You can control this amplifier via a MIDI foot controller as well. So all in all, a great amplifier, ton of features on it. It has 128 memories in it, so you can store 128 patches and then just recall them at the touch of a button if you have the optional foot switch. You can get to some of these presets from the front of the amp. It has a bank here button and then 4 channels, and you can access the first 3 banks, so you can get 12 presets just from the front of the amplifier. So you have bank 1, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, bank 2, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, bank 3, channel 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can have a selection of 12 sounds even without the foot switch, but it does mean you'd have to go to the amp each time and press the bank and preset buttons. And it also has a manual mode where it acts just like a regular amplifier. If you put it in manual mode, then turning the bass control will give you more or less bass. Turning the gain control will give you more or less gain on the fly, as it would with a regular sort of valve amplifier. Let's have a listen at some sounds. So that was the ID 260 TVP amp from Blackstar. These come in a range from 15 watts all the way up to a 100 watt head. They're very versatile amplifiers. You can cover a lot of musical genres with this amp. They have great built-in effects. You've got the software and the 128 memories. It's a really great amp. It's actually my favourite amp at the minute. As I said, I use it all the time for recording my videos because it allows me to defeat the speakers so that I don't disturb anyone. So even though it's a big loud amplifier, the 260 that I use, I can still like have it on 0 volume and just use it with headphones. So they are just a great all-round amp. Now Blackstar have just released a new line of amplifiers called Silverline, I think, and they are basically an upgraded version of these amps, these ID TVP amps. It's the same sort of technology, just a few more bells and whistles and a facelift. So that means that you probably will get a real good deal on the amp I showed you or any from that range. Because the price will have dropped. So I do urge you to go and check them out. If you're in the market for a new amplifier, try these out. You might get a fantastic deal on one. Certainly if you have a look on eBay or Amazon as well for second-hand ones, because people will be upgrading, no doubt, to the new amps. I'm not going to bother upgrading because that amp does everything that I need it to, so there's really no point. But that's all from me today. Hope you have a great day and bye for now. Thanks for watching the Stocksbridge Guitar Tech channel. Thanks for taking an interest. If you do like these videos, please remember to subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out. And if you do subscribe, always remember to click the little bell notification so that you get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.